Oh my heck, was all I could say when I first saw him. I'd never seen a man in quiet this way before. I finally repented, got my boots and flowered. Boys no longer caught my fancy. I was after a whole hunk of man now. I examined him with a horrific fascination that my mother had warned me about, the courage too for that matter. Protect your purse, girls, said Sister Shoe as he had, as each a little baggy. The bigger held something like a clum's howl, and that each shell was a little purr. I wonder if it's real. Jenny lay next wide-eyed. I looked at my own purr, divided in almost glue. I think you bet it or something to tell. Show this murder mystery on TV once. They made some kind of drug like looks like a purse. They crushed the purse necklace with a teacup and discovered it. Jeneline just gave me as not used opportunity look. The meaning of the purse escaped me until now. Keep that purse safe. Don't let the boys have your purse until you are ready. Sister Sue warned. I'm sure she's attached some additional meaning to it, like about marriage, but I couldn't quite remember that part. I'd forgotten most lesson I learned in church. God no longer man enough to keep my attention. It was a combo that first got my attention. As I stared at this man, I grew hot and anxious. I about threw him my purse. Take it, take it, take it. I chanted in my heart. He was nearly close enough to taste. His horse sweetie from a long ride. He stroked it gently. I watched it, wishing to be stroked. Then he showed me his eyes dancing, his whole grin giving me shivers. Well, if it and my little cousin Tyranny. Mama had given me that name, Granny, said Mama later. They're all puzzled to hide even about what she was gonna call me. Get me a dictionary! She ordered it and Tom tried Webster's till she found a word that sounded nice. Tyranny. She thought it was a British sounding. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, my cousin Skeeter. Hi, Skeeter. I climbed up the side of a stall and straddled it. Skeeter sauntered up and sweated me on the backside, turning out to be a fine filly, Iania. I blushed, still felt his hand where it had smacked me. I lagged it, want him to do it again. Skeeter leaned in close, so close I could have kissed him. His breath like a beer and garlic mix. I could narrowly touch in on my lips as a licked down. You better hold on tight to your purse or some guy's gonna set it away. He's making my rear again and hit it out. I grinned uncontrollably. Please, God, let Skeeter take my purse. But he never did. So I wish he had. At least my family might still love me then. Then I'd be the victim. This way I'm the bad one. Raped at 13 by a cousin would have been far more noble in my family's age. Sure, Skidder would have been in before it, but at least I'd be okay. You might be thinking that I'm kind of stranger thinking that way about my cousin, but I know my history. People's been doing this sort of thing for years, you know. Look at Egypt. All kinds of Jewish guys married family. In my biology class, they talk about royalty marrying family like crazy in England. So I guess that was kind of bad because they got these diseases. What was it again? Cycle cell amoeba? Around here, they're still thinking family is okay. Plenty of people find love with a second or third cousin, sometimes closer. Guys joke that they go to family reunion to meet girls. Mostly they don't. Sometimes they do. My cousin Brooke has it bad. His parents are related somehow, and that's why Brock has a finger for shoes and thumbs for fingers. Funniest looking hands you ever show, we always point at Brooke and say, "No, that's what happens when cousins marry." This ain't nearly as bad as the Angerston, distant cousin from a little town in Idaho called Mutlake. Not too many people there's that's not related. Old Papa Angerston has been married a few times. He's a proof that his current wife isn't a blood relative. She's just his stepdaughter. But previous family encounters had given his family strangers hands without fingernails. Be sure looking forms of hands. I'm like you all, and I decide to stay clear of family. I couldn't have bothered talk. I'm worse off now because of it. At me back at the party, I got drunk on beer and garlic. I must have eaten 10 pizza at night. Must have had 20 beers. Back rapped me. "Excuse me," called me. They don't have that word in the spot. Here they call it courtship. Sure, Mama was a bit annoyed with the old back. "You don't sleep with 16 years old girls. You are 31 for Chris. Check." Mama gave him two options, marriage or jail. He took the logical course for once in his life and then slipped away. So here I am, married, with a kid, still with my mommy. My husband is somewhere getting some other girl drunk, taking her purse. One day he might come back, but if he does, cut off his purse, cause I'm gonna cut him off. Cut them out and mount them like a couple of fish. Hang them right next to my team roping trophies and label them purse of wisdom. That'll be a warning to any man who tries to take my girl's balls. I often sit here praying, all men will die before my baby's old enough. My best hope for her is to be a lesbian. Don't let them take your poor little Annie. Then I sing to her, singing, hopping. So remember, who's the little baby? Don't shy a word. Mama's gonna buy you a butcher knife. If that butcher knife won't come, Mama's gonna hit him with a pickup truck.